Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be changing the US. Yep, I'm going to be changing the US. Because like all these borders, like all these states are just like, I don't know, like look at that. Like look at Maryland. It's just like yeah. Hold on, let me zoom in. Okay, so basically to start off, yeah, I was saying look at Maryland, like that little area right there. And look at West Virginia. Like no. Look at all these shapes and stuff like that. And like I hate how it just turns from like squares all the way to like some weird borders. And especially how Oklahoma just has this one strip of land. That's just weird. And like look at Arizona. Why does it extend to some Nevada? Like that doesn't make sense. And like why does it look like that? Like why is there just like that extra slope of land up there? And why is there an upper peninsula? Like now, I'm gonna remove some of this and add in some new stuff. Cause yeah, hold up, I gotta zoom out. So let me just zoom out. So we're gonna be fixing the U.S. basically. So let's start off with let's just start off with Wyoming and Utah. So the first thing is that Wyoming takes a little bit of Utah and it just doesn't look right. How it doesn't fit. Like it just kind of like goes into Utah a little bit if you look at it from a perspective like that. So let's actually give that strip of land to Utah because I feel like Utah deserves that instead of Wyoming. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to change to brush and then we're going to go to white. And then we'll just kind of just remove that. Let me change the brush size. 4 pixels, that's good. Yeah, that's good enough. And then we're just gonna kind of remove all of that. So now it kind of connects like that, which is weird. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a line, a black line, like that, and then we'll go to. Wait, isn't there like a line tool to make a line? Here, no. Oops. Okay, anyway, so there's a line tool to make. No. Isn't this? No, it's not there. Oh, maybe it's here. No. There is a line tool. Where is it? I have to find it. Oh yeah, here we go. Line. So basically, what I can do is I can create a line for Utah. Let me zoom in again. I'm just gonna start it off here. Okay, that line is way too big. Let's change it to a 0.4 pixels. Wait, let me do that again. Oops. 0.4 pixels because that's way too small. I mean way too big. Let's try that. That is still way too big. What should be the size? 1 pixel. I think the border is 1 pixel on the map. So let me do 1 pixel. Okay, okay, let me change this to 1 pixel. Yeah, 0.1 pixel. Why is it still very big? Oh, because I didn't change the shape pixels. 5 pixels. Let's change it to 1 pixel. That should be good. Yeah. That's good. And then we're just gonna go like that, and then we kind of just like that, and then like that. It's not the best border, but at least Utah gets its like land back. Even though Utah's going into Wyoming, I feel like Wyoming doesn't even need that land because all of it is just desert. So I mean, like it really does not matter. Okay, so the next thing we're going to change is, obviously the upper area over here because I'm not a big fan of it. Just like look at that. What is that? Like seriously, what even is that? Like that little strip, like it's just straight and then, like what? No. And like I feel like, and there's just like these extra island. Like what is that? It's like, is that a part of the U.S.? No, I'm gonna be erasing that. So just give that to Canada. You don't even need that, U.S. You don't need that. You really do not need that. Just keep it straight. Make everyone happy. Make everybody happy. Why is it not straight? I can't even see it. How come the line's not there? Oh, is it not? No, it's on white. Okay. There we go. That looks better. That looks way better. Okay, so now we're gonna also give that to Canada. We're gonna give the that little island thing to Canada. There you go. So it's already looking better. And we're gonna give the Upper Peninsula to Wisconsin because no one, like, why does Michigan have it? Like, it really does not need it. Like, let Wisconsin have it. Like, look at that. It's so much better. Now we're gonna zoom out. Okay. So let's take a look at Nevada. I swear, Nevada doesn't even need to be a state at this point because, like Las Vegas and Los Angeles are two major cities. They're in two different states. Why can't they just be in one state? So, since California has more major cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, and Las Vegas only has one. I mean, Nevada only has one, which is Las Vegas. I'm gonna be giving it. I'm gonna be giving Las Vegas to California. So now we're gonna remove the state. We're gonna remove Nevada from being a state. So say goodbye to Nevada because you're no longer a state. There you go. Bye-bye. No longer a state. Now California took over your territory. So it gets extra land. And it changes its rank to the biggest state. Now it's probably almost the size of Texas now because it took over Nevada. So now California has Las Vegas, which would be here, and Los Angeles. So they're completely next to each other. So the next thing we want to change is Florida, like the Florida thing, because everyone does this in the videos. They always change that and give it to Alabama because I feel like Alabama deserves it. Like really does not even need that. So we're just gonna give that away to Alabama. Why is it gray? Is that just me or is that gray? That's gray. Why is that gray? I could have swore I made it black. Oh, was that? That's Hi Alley. Oh. That's so weird. But anyway, we done that. Now we're just gonna remove that so Alabama can have it. There you go. Now Alabama owns that extra land. And why does it look like that? Why is it not... Like, why does the line look like that? Gotta change it to black? Yeah, how come that's black now? There we go. That just... Okay, why is... Let me change that. Are you serious right now, bro? No. Let's go like that, and then just go like that. Yeah, there we go. Maybe because it like didn't even it didn't like it didn't like go in the thing because you need to connect it. So now let's just go ahead and change that like that, and then like that, and finally that took a long time. But as you can see, now Alabama has some extra land. And let's get rid of this extra Georgia land too. Like, Georgia does not need that. And let's just go ahead and add the additional line. Hopefully I don't mess this up. And I didn't. So I know how Georgia looks kind of weird, but it's better than having that extra little strip. So Florida just shrunk, but it's okay. And this, how Mississippi just kind of like, just give all of this to Mississippi. I mean, like, actually, yeah, give all of this to Mississippi. Because, actually, no, Louisiana should just take all of that. Because I feel like Louisiana just... I mean, Mississippi has literally done nothing out of this whole entire history. So, at least Louisiana takes some of that. So now, Louisiana conquered Mississippi. Now it took two major cities, Baton Rouge and I forgot what it was called, like Jacksonville or something. But let's go zoom out again. So I feel like the next thing we're gonna do now is go over to the coast where the smaller states are. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna have to zoom in twice. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the Maryland thing that I was just talking about. We should remove that. So we should change this to 4 pixels. 4. Yeah, and then just kind of remove all of that. Because I don't think Maryland needs all of that. Yeah, there you go. And actually, they're forgetting the District of Columbia. They're forgetting Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is like right here. So we're going to put it right there. Oh, I made it white. Okay, so we're gonna District of Columbia, or the capital is right here. So let's just go like that. So there you go. I put in District of Columbia. Now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give Delaware all of Maryland, because I feel like Delaware needs all of that. Like, I don't know why Maryland keeps all that. Like, look at little Delaware. Yeah, it needs some improvements. So Delaware keeps all of that. There you go, Delaware. Are you happy now? Now you own all that land. So if you want, and you also own this little Virginia area. So now you can drive from here, and then you won't leave the state, and you'll just go over here. Like, you'll travel over here without leaving the state, and then you could enter the District of Columbia and Delaware, or you could go to West Virginia, or just go to Virginia. You can go to Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So I feel like Delaware deserved that a lot. Now, New Jersey, I feel like it should even be a state. I'm sorry, whoever lives in New Jersey, but I feel like we should just give that to Pennsylvania. Oops, gonna move that. There you go. Kind of draw that line. There you go. So now it'll be all that. So we will keep New York. We won't change anything about it. But I feel like all of this should just be a state by itself. So let's just change this, because there's no need to fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no need to fit 6 states in one peninsula. Like, no. Let's just make it into one state. Because, I mean, if we put these all together, it'll be about the same size of, like, Wyoming or something. So let's just remove all of that. And we're gonna remove that, and we're not gonna let New York be a part of this, because New York deserves to be its own state because of New York City. So we're gonna do everything. Now we don't have to worry about the smallest state, because the only smallest is this, but it's not a state. It's a District of Columbia, the federal district. It's a capital, the U.S. So now we don't have to worry about the smallest state, because the smallest state would probably be like South Carolina, and that's still pretty, or like Delaware. So it will still be pretty big. So now we're going to zoom out, and we're going to go ahead and change. We're gonna change the Actually, we should add Puerto Rico to the U.S. I feel like it should be a state. I don't know. I don't know if all you agree, but I feel like Puerto Rico should be included as a state. So now the abbreviation for Puerto Rico, the new state, will be PR. Puerto Rico. I know I spelled that wrong. I mean, I know I didn't make that as good. But now we're going to adjust the Dakotas. There's no need to make a South and North Dakota. It can just be called Dakota. Like, that would sound cool for a state to be called Dakota. But no, it's South and North Dakota, or North and South Dakota. So we're gonna just make it this whole entire strip of land called Dakota. Yeah, there you go. All of that is called Dakota. And I feel like Iowa, right? Iowa, it just it kind of like, people get confused between Ohio and Iowa, because they kind of sound the same, like, only in Ohio. So basically, like, we'll just give Ohio Iowa, an extra Ohio territory. So let's give Ohio this extra territory, because it really needs it, right? Yeah, Ohio. Gets an extra territory. There you go. Ohio. No, actually, no. Actually, this is gonna be, so over here is gonna be Ohio. Ohio. And this will be Ohio. Oops. Ohio 2. Ohio 2. So there you go. That's Ohio and Ohio 2. So that's pretty good. And now we're gonna change. I don't know. What else should I change? Kentucky and Tennessee should bond together and become their own states. Like, yeah, they should unite and become. What could Tennessee and Kentucky be good together? Like, Kentuckinese. That could be the new state. So, oh wait, no, that's not Tennessee. That's Virginia. What did I do? Anyway, so Kentuckinese right here. No, there you go. All of this land is Kentuckinese. There you go. That's Kentuckinese. And now the next thing we'll do is give Oklahoma Arkansas. Like, Arkansas, like, it doesn't even need to be a state. Like, doesn't even get that much attention. I'm sorry, Arkansas people that live there, but it's just for the video. So there you go. Oklahoma now owns Arkansas. And let's zoom out again. And let's see. What about changing Montana and Idaho? I mean, Montana and Idaho, they don't need to be a state together. Like, I mean, they don't even need to be two separate states, because Montana already goes into Idaho a little bit. Like, it just looks like Idaho should own all of that. So let's make it even and let's give Idaho its land back, basically. So let's give its land back. Oh, I just made a wipe. Let's give Idaho its land back. There you go. And we're gonna remove the old border. Where is it? Okay. So now we don't have to worry about this little strip of land, and then it leads to a lot of land. Oops. So now we don't need to worry about that extra strip of land, because now it's not gonna be a thing anymore. So there you go. We gave some part of Montana to Idaho. Look at how better it looks. Now look at this. Now, since this is Colorado, oh wait, no, that's not Colorado, that's Wyoming. So we should make this North Wyoming, South Wyoming. That sounds good. So let's give them their own color. North Wyoming, South Wyoming. That sounds good. North Wyoming, South Wyoming. And South Wyoming, South Wyoming will be the most popular because it's the actual Wyoming. So yeah. The next thing we'll do is unite Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. Because Mexico is a big country, right? But look at New Mexico. It's literally like 80 times smaller than the actual country of Mexico. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete the Four Corners Monument. If you don't know what that is, it's literally in the Four Corners area. But no, we're going to remove all that and give all of this land to little New Mexico. Because at least we got to give New Mexico a little bit of land. We got to give it a little bit more land, because to at least fit in a little bit with Mexico, because Mexico is big and they're just looking at New Mexico like, dang, you're not a New Mexico, you're an old Mexico. So we're gonna give New Mexico all this land, all of that. Shoot, let's even give New Mexico Oklahoma Strip, just so they can have, just for the extra credit. So we're gonna, people that like the Strip, too bad, so sad. There you go. Now New Mexico owns that extra strip. There you go. Boop. There you go. That's Newer New Mexico. No, it's not going to be renamed to Newer New Mexico. It's just going to be called New Mexico. So there you go. New Mexico! Like 3 times bigger. So at least Mexico could be like, okay, this is actually a pretty big New Mexico. So let's add more. Let's make more people go here. And its major city would be Phoenix, Arizona, old Arizona, because now it's New Mexico. So people would be like, oh my gosh, New Mexico. And there's also this extra strip of New Mexico too. So yeah. So at least Mexico can look up just a little bit at New Mexico. So that's New Mexico, and we're going to add the text to New Mexico. There you go, New Mexico. So look how big it is already on the map. Like if you're looking at this map, right? The first thing you'll probably see is the New Mexico because it's so big. So yeah, that's that. So I think I pretty much fixed the U.S. all of its problems. So if you wanna stay tuned for another episode of Fixing the U.S., then subscribe. So see you next time. Bye.